Hello, Tristyn, and here we go. What we're looking at is your question 9, and I wanted to make it just to start with to see what you've got here. And you've got this L times B times W, presumably length, breadth, width, something. And I'm not sure where you've taken that from, but it doesn't really apply in surface area. And even when we get to volume, you'll see it will be a slightly different idea that we do. So, not quite sure there. But for surface area, what we're saying is let's work out the area of each of those faces. So if we looked at that back one, now to me it looks like just at the back there's purple, but it's a rectangle. So this one side of the rectangle is 9 and this length is 15. So we've got, I don't know, 9 times 15. Okay, so here's your 9 times 15. But there isn't another rectangle that's 9 times 15. So it's unlike one of your previous questions, like in the rectangular prisms. So hopefully I can load up here. Where here, yeah, you were doing it and multiplying it by 2 because there were 2 of those. So in this case, you had, a rectangle, and on then the other side, you had a rectangle that looked the same. Whereas in this one, it's not quite the same. We've got come on, load. We've got a 9 times 15, but there's only one of those. So then let's see, you've got like a 9 by 10. 9 by 10 would be working out the area of a rectangle that was 9 by 10, but we don't have any rectangles that are 9 times 10. So what we're looking for is, we've got that one there. Let's see if there's a rectangle over here that's facing us. So I'm going to put it in yellow, and that rectangle, can you see the one side length is 11 and the other side length is 15. So at some stage we're going to need to determine 11 by 15, and that seems a bit better, 11 by 15, and we'll work out the area of that. That's what that one is, and then we'll keep going. So for maybe on the bottom, that dark blue is not a great color, is it? Maybe a light blue. On the bottom, if we look, there's a rectangle. And that rectangle at the bottom, what are its side lengths? So have a look, there's the one side length, and there's the other side length. So it's 10 by 15. I don't know if you could imagine that rectangle being the base of this 3D shape we're looking at. So we're going to need to add one of those. Not 2 of them, because there's only one of them. And then lastly, we're going to need to add in, let's see, maybe red will work. Now we need to add these 2 triangles. So there's a triangle over here in the front. And the triangle, you know how to work out the area of a triangle, right? Half base times height. So there's that triangle. I'm going to redraw it here. And if we go half base times height, well, the base there is 10. And then what is the height of the triangle? If somebody hadn't scribbled all over it, we'd be able to see that height, I think, said 6. So the height is 6. So you can work out the area of that triangle. But there's another one sitting on the other side. So like you were doing, which was nicely done in the previous question of, well, you can just work out that area and times it by 2. So there we go. We've got our rectangle, 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 plus 2 of these triangles, and you can work that out. So hopefully that'll help with the next triangle one. We can try and see it as those rectangles and the triangles. So hopefully that's like a starting point, but I wanted to do it from where you had kicked off. Okay, that's enough of that, right?